Hello, Sandra. I have to tell you this, but I think you're not suited for my son. I just cannot understand why Chris would choose you as his wife. What was he thinking? Are you still going on about that, Mother? You've been sending me this line message countless times the past week or so. Haven't you had enough? All I'm doing is protecting my son. What mother would look the other way when their son is suffering? I really can't understand why you feel that way, Mother. Chris was tricked into marrying you. You were only after his money. I saw it coming a mile away. That's where you're wrong. I married Chris because I wanted to build a happy family with him. Building a happy family for you means to live in an expensive high-rise condo and spend all his money. That's what happiness is for you. Since getting married, how much have you siphoned of him? How could you say that? Siphoned off? Please. You do realize that I work too and make a reasonable amount myself. We share all household costs for your information. The way I see it, your constant disapproval only disrespects your son. He's my son. Don't act like you know my son more than me. It's not only me. Chris also has grievances about you. One, your cooking is horrendous and you never clean. What's more, your personality is dull as ditch water. Did he really say that? Of course he did. Do you think I'm making it up? He said he wants a divorce. He really wants a divorce, huh? Yes, so give it to him already. He'll be way happier if you did. Divorce is not that easy, Mother. You can't just say, okay, sure thing, and be done with it. It's more complicated than that. Still being pig-headed about it, huh? You really have the nerve, Sandra. Maybe I better start looking for a suitable wife for Chris to replace you. I don't have time for this, Mother. I need to get back to work. Goodbye. Sandra, are you there? About this coming 4th of July weekend. We're going to see the fireworks with the whole family, and you're not welcome. Just so you know. A fireworks show? Yes, all the relatives are going to be there, so I figured it would be a great opportunity for everyone to get together. They have these stands ready at the park, so I made reservations for one of them for the entire family. We'll have front row seats. They even have a drink bar set up. But I'm sorry, there's no seat available for you. Of course, Chris is more than welcome. If you want to see fireworks, I suggest you watch it on TV or buy some sparklers and set them off on the veranda or something. I see. All right, no problem. As you suggest, I'll stay home that evening and enjoy myself alone. That would be the best. Yes, Mother, and thanks. I really hate crowds. I would much rather stay and relax. Accepting defeat pretty easily, Sandra. What's up? That fireworks display, we get a front row seat from our veranda on the 12th floor. The view is actually spectacular from here. I'll just sip some wine, relax, and take in the show. No crowds to contend with. Thanks, Mother. That's nice.
Hey, Sandra, just finished work. I'm just getting into my car. Should be home in like 30 minutes.
Oh, hey, Chris. Pretty late over time?
Yeah, end of the week and all. Hey, did you have a little spat with my mum yesterday?
Excuse me? A little spat?
I just received a call from her. She left a call message. She's talking about the upcoming fireworks display on July 4th, but she's going on about something or other. Mentioned your name a couple of times, but I couldn't make head nor tail about what she was saying. What I got from it was that she called and starting a senseless attack on you, but that you retaliated. What's up? Did something happen?
Oh, that. I wouldn't actually call it retaliating. She just texted me to say that they leased special reserved seats to watch the big fireworks display over the 4th of July weekend, but she made it point that I was not invited.
First she harasses you, now treats you like an outcast. When is this ever going to stop?
But you know me, I hate large crowds, so I was actually relieved not to be invited. So I just told her that I was happy I wasn't going, that I was actually thankful. I even thanked her for not inviting me. That was it about. I bet you anything that after a while her anger grew because of my indifference. Guess she figured out I would be more upset.
I'm starting to get the picture. I got to say, Sandra, you've gotten really good at taming the tiger.
Yeah, well, we only converse online or by phone, so it's not face to face. I work all day, which allows me to avoid your mother. I don't know how things would have turned out if I was just a stay-at-home housewife. I hate to even imagine such a scenario. And when do we meet? It's always with you, so she holds back on any criticism she has.
I'm really sorry that I have to put you through this, Sandra. I keep warning her to back off, but she just ignores me. On the other hand, when I warn her, the backlash against you worsens. A real catch-22 situation.
Don't worry about me, Chris. I can handle it.
Thanks, but we really need to do something about it sooner than later. About that July 4th meet, I'll attend and say hello to everyone. I won't be too late. I don't want to think about the repercussions if I didn't show up.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, I better get back onto the freeway. Should be there before 8 PM.
Alright, drive carefully. It seems you kept your promise and stayed home. Good evening, Mother. 2 more hours before the fireworks start. Looks like a never evening for fireworks. You kept a super stiff upper lip the other day when you heard you weren't invited. But now that Chris is here enjoying himself and you all alone, I hope you don't feel stunned. I'm sorry to have to cut you off soon, but I'm going to have an online drinking party soon. I better get ready. Pardon me? An online what? Online drinking party. I have to log in now, so we'll talk again. Enjoy the fireworks. Log what? I really can't understand you, Sandra. Always talking gibberish.
Hey, Sandra, you there? I'm heading home right this second.
Chris, what's up? How about the fireworks show? Hasn't even started?
Forget the damn fireworks.
Chris, you kinda sound upset. What's up?
Sorry, I'm not upset with you, it's Mum. I just found out the real reason why she didn't invite you tonight.
Sorry, was there even a reason? I just thought she simply didn't want me there.
Before I arrived, Mother apparently told everyone that you and I were already divorced.
Wait, what? Already divorced?
She introduced this girl saying she was my soon-to-be wife. And guess who that woman was? It was Lily.
You've gotta be kidding me. Are you talking about that very same Lily? The one that your mom was scheming to match up with your older brother Kyle?
That's right. When she stood up in front of everyone, all cheerful, and announced that she was my new wife, I went completely pale and then red hot.
You're joking, right? This has to be a joke. This Lily, she was Kyle's old flame, right? I heard he broke up with her after she was caught cheating on him. Why her? What was she thinking?
You know, Mother. She thinks Lily is pretty and that's why she likes her. Simply for that reason. She really pushed it with Kyle, but that didn't turn out as she planned for obvious reasons. She just couldn't let it go. So she figured she'd force her on me.
Has she gone totally mental? Just because she has no affection for me doesn't mean she can't treat you like that.
That's exactly right. I was furious. I told her off in front of everyone. I think I might have ruined the whole evening for everyone. Actually, I was so upset I couldn't stop myself. I blurted out everything. The way she treated you and forcing you to stay home today. About how she forced Lily onto Kyle. Even about her cheating on him.
How did the other relatives react to all that?
Apparently Mum told them that Kyle was the one who cheated on Lily. And took off with some other woman.
Seriously? That's awful.
That little tidbit of information caused quite a commotion among all the relatives. They're currently having a family meeting right about now.
I guess the fireworks display's on back burner for now, it seems.
Oh yeah, my Uncle Frank took me aside and told me maybe I should check and make sure there were no false divorce filings in the past few days. I'm going to stop off at City Hall on way home and submit a claim just in case.
Chris, open the door. Please, let me in. I'm right outside your apartment complex. I know you're home. It's still the 4th of July weekend. I know you're still off from work. Please let me in.
Mom, would you just stop? The buzzing is driving me bonkers. I'm trying to work.
Work? What do you mean work?
I told you not to contact me anymore. We're done as a family. I told you that the other day.
But please, Chris!
Will you stop with your blabbering, Mum? I introduced you to that factory. I thought you were already over there, for God's sake. I'm busy. Gotta go.
Sandra, I know you're there. Let me in right this minute. Mother, what do you want? It's all your adult. Lily hates me now. I put in an application for divorce and marriage to Lily, but that was apparently rejected as a fraud claim. So I must concede defeat regarding this whole marriage to Chris. Therefore, I have taken it upon myself to discipline you, to teach you the ropes on how to be the perfect wife. Chris deserved the best. We have a few days left of the holidays, so let's get started. There's no time to lose. I don't think so, Mother. We're both at the office now. Excuse me, at the office? Yes, the July 4th weekend is actually not that long, and besides, both Chris and I work in a business that requires 24-hour operation. Even on holidays, we all work in shifts. Then get someone else to take your shift and come back home right this second. This is not a request. This is a command from your mother-in-law. Mother, is it true that you got kicked out of your own home? Pardon me? That home is owned by your husband's younger brother, if I got my facts correct, isn't that so? I heard you were just living there for free after your husband passed away, but that incident the other day was the last straw and you were kicked out of that house. Chris introduced me to a company called Ace Industries. I believe he arranged for a live-in position as an office receptionist. You were supposed to start today according to Chris, so why are you at our place? Well, seems obvious, right? You guys have this spacious condo, plenty of room here. Chris has enough income to take care of me, so why would I even accept such a position? That reminds me, you quit your part-time job after your husband passed and just lived off his inheritance? I heard that nest egg is about to dry up. Why do you even know about that? I was briefed on all the details about the family meeting you had the other day. After you introduced Lily as Chris's new wife, nice try, by the way. Are you serious? You were briefed? Also, I may as well tell you now, about that tower condo you're so fond of. I bought that place when I was still single. I owned that place. Wait, you owned that condo? Yes, I was not only working at that time, but also inherited a bunch of real estate assets when my father passed away, so... Does that mean you make more than Chris? Yeah, I guess that you can say that. As for who you can or cannot live in that condo, I own the place and I have every right to make such decisions. This must be a mistake. And why would I want to live with someone that has been harassing me, treating me like dirt these past few years? Sorry, but I'm not really into masochism. But where am I gonna live then? That's why Chris introduced you to that position at Ace Industries. I would take it if I were you. A car just pulled up in front of your condo. That black van isn't for me, is it? Did Chris call them? Oh, did it arrive? That was pretty quick. There was talk of you trying to escape, and so there was an APB put on you. Chris called them. I suppose you don't have time to check your line messages. At least for now. After that conversation, the staff of Ace Industry picked her up and took her straight to the factory dormitory. I heard that the following day at the same dormitory, Lily showed up. Not sure about the details, but I heard she hooked up with some lowlife and somehow accumulated a huge debt with the guy, who later skipped town, leaving her with all that debt. When I first heard that they were together in the same dormitory, I was a little concerned, but they apparently got along great and worked as a sort of a team, working surprisingly efficiently together. After a year, they even started to enjoy their newfound passion for work. They even vowed to work until retirement as a team. Chris told me that the president of Ace Industries had planned it that way and was positive that it would work out in such a manner. I guess he knows people. I probably won't meet Chris's mom again, but I'm happy that she found a purpose in life.
Hey Max, I just got off work. I'll go buy something to give your parents, then I'll head back home.
Got it, Veronica. But I'm hungry, so make sure you come home soon. Nat says she wants to eat soon too.
Hey, you know, I keep telling you, but we're both working full-time. Maybe you could make dinner sometimes, Max?
but your cooking is much better than mine.
Your cooking is good too. Can't you at least make dinner when I'm going to be back late? We can take turns if you want.
Oh, I get it. You're taking it out on me because you've had a bad day at work, huh?
No, that's not it.
You say that, but I can tell. You only say these things when you're busy at work.
If you know I'm busy with work, then that's even more reason for you to cook. Whose fault do you think it is that I've had overtime for the last few days?
Huh? Are you saying it's my fault?
It's because I'll be behind on this project from staying with your parents. 3 whole days, Max.
But they keep pestering me to go see them. They want to talk about moving closer to us too, so don't make me the villain here.
I told you that I'm against that, didn't I? Who was the one that asked them if we could stay for a few days so we could talk about that?
It was me. But we're married, so my parents are your family too. You could treat them better, couldn't you?
I would, if they treated me well back. You know that I'm not fond of your dad. Don't you remember what happened when Nat was a baby?
Oh, when Dad saw you breastfeeding her? That was so long ago. You're holding such a grudge over it when he just saw you by accident. Does it matter when he's family?
He was a stranger to me not that long before, and I only just had Nat. I think anyone would feel disgusted to be peeped on by their father-in-law in that situation. I won't ever forget it.
You just felt that way because we'd only just got married. It's been 10 years since then. He didn't mean to do it, so you should forgive him.
How could I forgive him? I don't even want to go to their house.
But if we don't visit, they'll just come over to ours.
And it's your job to stop that, Max. Didn't I tell you that there'd be no second chances? If your dad does anything like that again, I will leave their house.
I know. But I couldn't stop them this time. My parents want to spend some time with Nat.
I know they're good to Nat because they adore her. But I don't want to live on the same street as them. They might call me cold, but I just can't. You promised me this before we got married, remember?
But I do think we'll be able to focus on work more if my parents live very close. We can get them to look after Nat, right? They can help around the house too.
We've been able to cope so far while we both worked. And really, the housework would be fine if you actually helped me, right, Max?
I guess. Fine. Just try not to decline so forcefully to my parents.
Then you should help me when we talk to them. So no agreeing to their plan, got it?
Fine, I get it. Veronica, where are you? I heard you and Nat went for a walk.
We're exploring the hills out back. Nat found a squirrel earlier, so she wants to find it again.
It's almost dark, so you should get back soon. Mom says she wants a hand with making dinner.
I know, but I don't want to see your dad. After not seeing him for so long, literally the first thing he said to me was, "You've put on some curves." That's not a normal thing to say.
He didn't mean any harm by that. He's from an older generation, so he doesn't know what's appropriate these days. Aren't you being a little too sensitive?
Maybe. But it didn't exactly make me feel great.
Just ignore him. Anyway, don't go near the guest house. There's someone with a very twisted head in there.
Twisted head? Isn't it just Franklin?
Yeah, I didn't think my brother would be visiting as well. I wish I'd known so we could have visited another time.
I've greeted him a few times, but he seems normal. I said hi, but he responded normally.
Ugh, don't say hi to him. In fact, you shouldn't speak to him at all. Even if he speaks to you, ignore him.
Okay. But what's so strange about him? I didn't notice anything different about him.
He's kind of creepy, and he's always watching anime. You know, a weeaboo. I spoke to Dad about it, but he's probably not interested in women his own age. It's probably why he's still single past 30.
Isn't that a little harsh? I think the stage you get married at is different for everyone. I watch anime sometimes too.
But the stuff he watches isn't the normal kind. And when I was back in high school, he peeped on my girlfriend at the time while she was in the bathroom.
Wow, is that true?
He's disgusting, right? He got beaten by Dad because of that. Anyway, don't go near the guest house anymore. I don't want him to meet Nat either. He's the kind of person that might end up on the news because he did something to a child.
I got it. If you're so insistent, I won't go near the guest house.
Yeah, that's for the best. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm going drinking with my local friends after dinner.
Really? You're going to leave me and Nat alone?
After you eat, it's just brush your teeth and go to bed, right? You'll be fine without me. We'll speak tomorrow about moving house.
But...
You should show them your parenting and help them around the house. My parents were against us both working full-time, remember? They're from a generation where it's normal for the women to be stay-at-home moms.
Hey, wait a minute. They don't think I do the housework normally? Then you should tell them that I do!
Well, I know that. But my parents don't. If you show them that you can take care of the family, they won't use that against us when we decline about them moving close.
I don't get this at all. Fine. But come home quickly.
Well, I'll make an effort.
An effort? I came here even though I didn't want to. You need to support me a little more.
Fine, I get it. When we have the talk with my parents, I'll be on your side, Veronica.
As you should. Oh, will Franklin be joining us for the talk?
I doubt it. Our parents moving doesn't concern him.
Of course it does. They're his parents too. They're considering moving because they're worried about our living situation. Franklin should be involved too.
It's fine. Don't worry about him.
I'll at least tell him that we're having this talk.
It's fine. I told you already, didn't I? Don't go near the guest house where he is.
I won't take Nat with me. Then it should be fine, right?
Talking to him won't do any good. Just don't go near him.
Then you should tell him, Max.
I don't want to speak to him.
Then I guess I'll have to talk to him.
Well, it's not my fault if something happens. I tried to warn you. It'll be your own fault and no one else's. Hey. Why did you leave the house? I'm hungover and I've got a splitting headache. I don't want to deal with this. I'm really not in the mood for this.
That's my line, Max. I called you so many times, but you didn't pick up.
I was drinking with my friends. I couldn't help it.
My butt you couldn't. You heard what happened yesterday, right?
Yeah, Franklin went under Nat's bed covers in the night. I told you that my brother was a pervert, didn't I? You still went to speak to him after I told you not to. This is your fault.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you that this was caused by you speaking to Franklin. It's because you went into the guest house when there was no need, so he took that as an invitation. You can't just do whatever just because my parents aren't going to be living close.
What?
And you left even before we had the talk with my parents. My parents say they're so disappointed in you. They said that they want a daughter-in-law who treats them well. I don't know if it's going to work between us like this.
Right. I agree. Let's divorce. I can't do this with you anymore either, Max. Getting divorced would be the best thing for both of us.
No. I only said that half seriously. I didn't mean that I wanted to divorce you.
I'm saying it completely seriously. Anyway, what? Franklin went under Nat's bed covers? Is that what your parents told you?
They did.
That's wrong. Your dad was the one who went under Nat's bed covers. Franklin actually tried to stop him. Your dad's face is swollen, right?
Huh? Dad said he got hit when he tried to stop Franklin.
I was watching the whole thing right next to them. When Nat woke up screaming, your dad was right next to her. Nat says Franklin tried to help her as well. We didn't just both imagine that.
Oh. So it wasn't Franklin after all.
You said that Franklin is a sick pervert, but not only is he normal, he's kind. He actually gave us a lift away from your parents' house. It's your dad who's sick in the head.
Wow, what are you saying? Why is Dad sick?
He snuck into Nat's bed, and he even lied that it was Franklin who did it. If that isn't sick, I don't know what is.
My dad's her grandfather, so it's okay, lol. He just wanted to cuddle with his granddaughter after not seeing her for so long. He probably made it Franklin's fault because you guys noticed and he was just embarrassed.
What? Are you being serious right now? He snuck into the room where we were sleeping while you were gone. I was even sleeping beside her. Your dad is a filthy pervert. He's a twisted old geezer.
What's your problem? Why are you insulting Dad?
I'm not insulting him, just stating the truth. I shouldn't be asking you why you don't understand. Do you even realize what he did to your own daughter?
Stop treating Dad as if he's a weirdo. You always twist everything he does to make him look bad. How self-centered are you to be so self-conscious about him seeing you breastfeeding Nat?
I see now. It's like Franklin said.
What is?
He said that even if I told you, you wouldn't believe me, Max. You said that in the past, Franklin peeped on your girlfriend in the bathroom. But he denied it, right?
Of course, anyone would deny it. They don't want to be treated like a criminal.
He told me that that was your dad too. Franklin caught your dad as he was peeping on her. He said that he pinned the blame on Franklin. He was forced to become distant from the family because he found out your dad's secret.
But he could just be making all of this up. There's no evidence.
There is. There's footage of your dad sneaking into our room.
Footage?
Franklin went to your parents' house for a purpose. He thought that your dad would try to do something creepy. So he was trying to get some proof.
Are you sure that's true?
What's the point in me lying about this? Nat even told me that when she was having a shower, your dad went into the bathroom to speak to her. It's very suspicious behavior. Why would he go to the bathroom and speak to her from behind the shower curtains? I can't help but wonder what would have happened if she was getting changed.
Hey, come on now. Stop thinking in that way. You're being dramatic. He's family. I feel sorry for Dad.
What? You're going to take your dad's side even after all this?
I'm not taking sides. I'm just doing what's right. Stop accusing him of doing strange things when he's family. This is horrible.
You're the one who's horrible, Max. Nat says she's creeped out by her granddad, too. I don't need you if you're not going to protect me and Nat. I should have divorced you sooner if this was going to happen.
Just calm down, Veronica. What a joke it would be to divorce over something so small.
It's no small thing. Not for me or Nat. And this isn't just about your dad. I'm getting sick of your behavior too, Max.
My behavior? I've been a good father, haven't I? Aren't you satisfied?
You believe your father over me and our daughter. We both work full-time, but you feel entitled to me doing all the housework. You show no concern for your daughter. You try to protect your parents over us after what we went through. I've had enough. Enough of everything.
What the hell? I wish I'd listened to my parents.
Huh?
Women with careers get full of themselves. It's exactly as they said. Just because you could make it on your own, even if we divorce, you insult my parents. You won't quit your job, but you won't let my parents move close by. You're selfish and always whining. I should have married a more obedient woman.
Fine then. So, we agree to a divorce? We'll be leaving the house immediately.
Veronica, hi. It's been a while.
What is it? Didn't I tell you not to text me other than for seeing Nat?
Actually, I wanted to apologize to you and Nat. I was wrong.
Okay.
After we divorced, my parents moved in with me. They couldn't get hold of Franklin. So we were living normally until recently. But Dad got arrested.
Oh? What for?
You know the Hartleys next door? Dad was stealing laundry from their little girl.
Really?
Yeah, really. And when they searched his room, he had items of clothing from other women and girls too.
Right. So, now you believe us.
I'm sorry, I was so stupid. It seems like Mom knew from before about Dad's sick habit, but she ignored it. Now she's just holed herself up in her room. Please, help me. I can't look after the two of us alone.
And? I'm not your wife anymore.
I'm begging you. The house is a mess and the neighbors are looking at us coldly. I feel myself getting depressed as well.
I'm sure it's tough for you. But this is what you wanted. You chose your parents over us.
But I didn't think Dad was actually guilty.
I understand wanting to believe in your own father. But I told you so many times, didn't I? This could have gone differently if you'd listened to us back then.
Veronica, let's fix this. I'll really make an effort. I'll protect you and Nat from now on. I'll contribute to the housework too. I won't burden you with everything. I'll work hard.
Max.
Let's sell this house and buy a bigger property to build a house on. We can't live here anymore. It'll work out as long as we're both working full-time. We'll build a guest house for my parents.
What? So your parents will live with us too?
It's fine as long as we have separate living spaces, right? We just look after them sometimes.
You don't get it at all. I'm tired of this. Divorcing you was the right decision after all.
But they're family. We should take care of them, right?
You're still saying that? What if your dad tries to do something to us again?
I'll protect you both if that happens.
It'll be too late after the fact. Anyway, what makes you think you could protect us next time when you couldn't before? I'm not living with your parents, nor you. Nat and I will live with just the two of us.
Veronica, didn't you love me? If there wasn't this problem with my parents, our marriage will have continued.
I thought about that. But I think this would have happened between us eventually. I thought I should move on after considering that.
But why? Why does this have to happen?
Because I have no choice. You didn't stop your dad from peeping on my breastfeeding. You laughed as if it was normal when he snuck into Nat's bed covers. You said it was normal because he's family, that we were being overly sensitive. I can't deal with your way of thinking.
I just want you to support me. Please. Help me.
You asked for help when you didn't help us. How convenient. Of course I wouldn't live with those people.
But I can't even move house like this. The house is a total mess.
You said you'd contribute to the housework earlier, but maybe you should do that now. Stop relying on others. If you can't do it now, that wouldn't magically change if you moved in with us.
No. I'll make an effort. Please come back, because I'll help out. I'm begging you.
I don't want to live with a criminal. Stop trying to drag me and Nat into this. You said you want to marry a more obedient woman, didn't you? I'll never forget that. I will never choose to be your family again. After that, Max contacted me several times. I guess he was really struggling. He even waited for me in front of my workplace once, so I reported him to the police. They put a restraining order on Max. He stopped contacting me since, so it looks like he gave up. I heard that his dad was at it again and did something similar again. He was arrested. Again. I'm really glad that we didn't end up living with someone like that. Max is busy with his dad's court proceedings and paying compensation to victims. But this is what he wanted, so I hope he takes good care of them. Nat and I moved away, and we're living peacefully. Nat's taken a liking to Franklin after he saved her. She sometimes borrows my phone to text him. Their conversations are all anime, so I don't really get it. But I'm glad to see that they seem to enjoy talking. It's great that Nat has such a caring uncle. I'll make sure that Nat is taken care of and protected.